For all the talk of our boys in Europe, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention those on the home front keeping the peace. At the start of the war, many of our boys in blue enlisted to fight abroad, leaving the ranks of police thin to an alarming degree. Fortunately, not all heroes wear green. Several communities started neighborhood watch associations to report crime, espionage, and treason to the proper authorities. These brave, well-meaning citizens are the reason Jerry never knew what hit him, and they're the reason our communities are safe from Japanese spies and saboteurs. Keep up the good work. Be vigilant.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else for a pity that they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the neighborhood watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, which amongst you think to be the most desertless man to be constable?
Hugh O'Cake, sir, or Georgia Seacole. They can write.
Oh, come forth, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. Now, it is the gift of God to be a well-favored man, but to read and to write, that comes by nature.
Both which, Master Constable?
You have. I knew would be your answer. And make no boast of it and give God thanks, but for your reading and writing, let it appear when there's no need for such vanity. Now, Master, you are thought to be the most senseless and fit man to be constable of the watch. Therefore, your charge, you are to bear the... Burgess. You are to bear the... You are to bear the lantern! You're to comprehend all vagrom men. You are to bid any man stand in the general's name.
Caliphate will not stand.
Why, then, let them go, and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden to do so, that he is not a true American.
True American, and if they are not a true American, they are not to meddle with them. Oh, and you are not to talk in the street, for to talk and to babble is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We'd rather sleep than talk.
Yeah, we know what belongs in a watch.
You speak like a most quiet and ancient watchman. But, sir, have care while sleeping that your bills be not stolen! If you meet a thief in the night, you may decide he is a thief or no less of a man by virtue of your office. But the more you make or meddle with those folks, the less for your honesty.
But if we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Oh, by virtue of your office, you may. But if you do take a thief, the most peaceful action for you is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been known as a merciful man, partner.
Yeah. Mary, I would not hang a dog by my will, much less a man with any honesty in him.
And if you should hear a child cry in the night, then you must call the nurse and bid her still it. How is the nurse be a
Why, then, let the child make the mother with crying, for the calf that will not hear the ewe when it bays will never hear the other calf when it bleats.
Ah, 'tis very true.
Masters! This is the end of your charge! You are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the general in the night, you may stay here.
By the lady, I think he cannot.
5 shillings to 1 on it. Any man that knows the statutes, he may stay him. Mary, the general must be willing, for it is an offense to stay a man against his will, and the watch must not cause an offense.
By the lady,
Well, masters, if there be any matters of weight chance, call up me, and keep your own counsel, and, your fellow's counsel, and good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us sit upon the church bench till 2 and then all to bed.
One more word, neighbors. With the wedding being here tomorrow, pray you watch about this door. There is great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant. I beseech you. Come, neighbor.
Conrad? Conrad, I say!
Here, man! I am at thy elbow.
Mass, and my elbow itch. I thought a scab would follow.
I will owe you an answer for that. But now, forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close, then, under this penthouse, where it drizzles rain, and I, like a true drunkard, will utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters. Stand yet close.
Therefore, know, I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
I wonder if any villainy should be so dear.
Thou shouldst rather ask if any villainy should be so rich, for when rich villains are in need of poor ones take what price they will.
I wonder at it.
It shows thou art unconfirmed. Thou knowest the fashion of a doublet or a hat or a cloak is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparel.
I mean the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is the fashion.
Tush. I might as well say the fool's a fool. But seest thou not what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know this deformed. He has been a vile thief this 7 years. He goes up and down like a gentleman. I remember his name.
Didst thou not hear somebody?
No, 'twas the stain on the house.
Seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is? How it giddily turns about all the hot blood between 14 and 5 and 30, sometimes fashioning themselves like Pharaoh's soldiers in the leaky painting, sometimes like God-bells priests in the church window, sometimes like the shaven Hercules in the smirched war-beaten tapestry, where his codpiece seems as massy as his club.
All this I see. And I see that the fashion wears out more apparel than the man. For art not thou thyself giddy with the fashion too? For thou hast shifted out of thy tale into telling me of the fashion.
Not so, neither. But know that tonight I have wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman by the name of Hero. She leans me out of her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how the Prince Claudio and my master, planted and plotted and possessed by my master Don John, saw in the orchard overnight this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was Hero?
2 of them did, the General and Claudio. But the devil my master knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which did first possess them, partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John had made. Away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet with her as he was appointed next morning at the temple, and there, before the whole congregation, shame her and send her home again without a husband.
We charge you in the name of the general! Stand! Call up the right, Master Constable! Constable! We have here on this night discovered the most dangerous piece of luxury known to the commonwealth.
And one deformed is one of them. I know him. He wears a lock.
Masters.
Never speak. You will be made bring to full reports, I warrant you.
Masters.
We charge you and let us obey us to go. Let us obey you to go with you with us. Let us go.
Come. We are likely to prove a goodly commodity being taken up by these men's bills.
A commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, Willow man.
Good Ursula, take up the Beatrice and desire her to rise.
I will, my lady.
And bid her come hither.
Well, troth, I think your other veil were better.
Oh, pray thee, good Mag, I'll wear her.
For my troth, 'tis not so good. And I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the new attire within excellently, if the hair were a thought lighter. And your gown's the most rare fashion of faith. I saw the first lady's gowns, they praise so.
Speak this day.
'Tis but a nightgown in respect to yours. Cloth of gold and cuts, and lace with silver, set with pearls, down sleeves, side sleeves, and skirts round underborne with a bluish tinsel. But for a fine, quaint, and excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on it.
God give me joy to wear it. My heart is beating heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee, art not ashamed.
Of what, lady? I'm speaking honorably. Is marriage not honorable in a beggar? Is your lord not honorable without marriage? I think you would have me say, saving your reverence, a husband. In bad thinking, do not rush true speaking. I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think, and it be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise, 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice else. Here she is.
Good morrow, cousin.
Tomorrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? You speaking to Shakespeare?
Out of all other tunes, methinks. Class into light of love, that goes without a burden. Do you sing it, and I'll dance it.
Yea, light a love with your heels, and then if your husband has stables enough, you'll see he shall have no barn.
Oh, an illegitimate construction. I scorn that with my heels.
It's almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hey ho!
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
For the letter that begins them all. H.
Well, and be you not turned Turk, there's no more sailing by the star.
What means the fool trow?
Nothing. But God send everyone their heart's desire.
Well, you have set me the art excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell. A maid and stuffed. There's goodly catching of cold.
Good Lord, my God, how long have you professed apprehension?
Ever since you left it, doth not my wit become me rarely?
It's not seen often enough you should wear it in your cap. On my troth, I am sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. It is the only thing for a qualm.
There thou prickest her with a sickle. Benedictus? Why, Benedictus, you have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth. I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think you are in love. Nay, by Our Lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list, nor I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think, if I would think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedict was such another, and now he is become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in spite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What haste is this thy tongue?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The General, Lieutenant, Captain Benedict, Don John, and all the other gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church. Good night.
Oh.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
I pray you be brief, for as you see, it's a busy time with us.
Marry, sir, that it is.
In truth, it is, sir.
What is it, my good friend?
Good man Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, sirs, but honest as the skin betwixt his brows.
Well, I thank God that I am as honest as any man living, be he an old man and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous. Palabrous, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
Oh. It pleases your worship to say so, but if I were as tedious as a king, I could bestow it all on thy worship.
All thy tediousness on us, eh?
Yea! And 'twere 1,000 pounds more than 'tis, for I hear as good a proclamation on your worship as any man in the city, and I being but a poor man am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would say no to what you have to say.
Oh.
Mary, our watch tonight, except in the presence of your worship, is taken a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
An old man, sir, he will be talking, but as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. Well said, neighbor Burgess. Well. God is a good man, but when two men ride a horse, one must ride behind. An honest man, by my breath, sirs, has ever broke bread, but, alas, no two men are made equal. Good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
Oh, gifts that God gives.
We must leave you.
No, well, sirs, wait. Our watch, sirs, have indeed comprehended two auspicious individuals, and we would have them this morning examined before your worships.
Take your examination yourself and bring it us. We are now in great haste as a minister unto you.
It shall be sufficient.
Have some wine. There you go. We must go. Oh,
My lady, they say you to bring your daughter to her husband.
I will attend. I am ready.
Go, you good partner. Get you to Francis Seacole. Bid her bring her ink and inkhorn to the jail. We are to examination these men.
And we must do so wisely.
Oh, we will spare no wit, I warrant you. This shall bring them to non-com. Go, get you the learned writer to set down our excommunication.
much more afraid, and yet I should explain. It means I am begging for your hand.
I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are.
Reedy, 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 reedy. I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain the mere bits to shame, so kiss me and say that you will understand.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her. You come to marry her.
My lady, you come hither to be married to this lord.
I do.
If either of you know of any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
My lord.
Know you of any, sir?
I dare make his answer none.
Men may do what men dare do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
Now interjections, why then some must be laughing.
Master, stand thee by. Mother, by your leave, do you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Yes, sir. Learn me noble thankfulness. There, Luciana. Take her back again.
What?
Give not this rotten orange to your friend, for she is but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can Cunningston cover itself withal? Comes not this blood to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is not. She is the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my
Not
lord?
to be married. Not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
But, my dear lord, if you, in your own proof, had vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her...
I know what you would say. If I had known her, you would say that she did embrace me as a husband and so extenuate the forehand sin. But no, Luciana, I never tempted her with words too large, but as a brother to his sister showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee, seeming. I'll write against it. You seem to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as is the bud ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than
and Venus, or those pampered animals that rage on in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he does speak so wise?
Yes, sir, I speak not you.
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend with a common stale.
Oh, no! Are these words spoken, or do I but read?
Ma'am, they are spoken, and these things are true. This looks not like a nuptial.
True, oh God, true.
Luciana, stand I here. Is this Don Pedro? Is this Don Pedro's brother? Is this face? Heroes? Are our eyes our own?
All this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me move but one question to your daughter, and by that motherly and kindly power you have in her, bid her answer truly.
If thou art my child, I charge thee do so. God defend me. How am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Marry that can, Hero. Hero itself can blot out Hero's virtue. What man was he that talked with you out at your window yesternight betwixt 12 and 1? Now, if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then you are no maiden. Luciana, I am sorry you must hear. Upon my honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved man did see her, hear her at that hour, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who indeed, most like a liberal villain, hath confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie! They are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoke of. There is not chastity enough in language without whole beds to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much disgustment.
O hero, would a hero hadst thou that if half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well. Farewell, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure impiety and impious purities. For thee I'll lock up all gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang, to turn all beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it be more gracious.
Dagger here, this point for me.
What out, Hero? Wherefore seek you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light, smother her spirits up. How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, Auntie. Hero. Help, Auntie. Captain Benedict. Pastor!
No, mate, take not off thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished.
But how now, Cousin Hero?
Have comfort, ladies.
So look up.
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Does not every earthly thing cry out for shame? Can she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, Hero, do not open thine eyes, for if I thought thou wouldst not quickly die, I myself would on the rearward of reproaches strike at thy life. Grieved I had but one? Chid I for this at nature's frugal frame? One too much by thee. Why had I won? Why had I not, with my charitable hand, took up a beggar's child at my gate, so that I may say, look at someone smirched thus, and mired in infamy, say, this is none of mine. This shame derives not from my loins, but mine. Mine I loved. Mine I praised. Mine I was proud on. So much mine that I myself was to myself not by valuing of her who is mired in a pit of ink so wide there are not drops enough in the ocean to clean her, or salt too little to season her foul-tainted flesh.
Be patient, Chuck. For my part, I am so entire in wonder, I know not what to say. God of my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night, I have been 12 months in her bedfellow.
Confirmed. That has been stronger yet. That before was barred up with ribs of iron.
Would the general lie? Would Claudia lie who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears?
Hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long and given way into discourse of fortune, having no
counted the lady. I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face, 1,000 innocent shames in angel whiteness to beat away those blushes. In her eye there hath appeared fire to burn the error these officers hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my readings nor my observations, with which experimental seal doth warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, my reverent calling, nor my divinity. If this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
Pastor, it cannot be.
Lady, who is he you are accused of?
They know that you accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man than maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my mother, prove you that any man with me conversed in hours of me, or that I yesternight maintained the exchange of words with any creature, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There's some strange misprision with the officers.
2 of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdom's been misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard.
I know not. If they do but speak the truth, these hands shall tear at her. But if they do wrong your honor, the proudest of them will well hear of it.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here these officers have left for dead. Let her while be secretly kept in. Publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain mourning ostentation. On your family's old monument, hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites appertaining unto a funeral.
What should this do? What is this for?
Mary, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good.
Not for that dream I on this strange course, but on this travail hope for greater birth. She dying, for so it must be maintained, upon the instant she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer.
For it so falls out that what we have we prize not to the worth whilst we enjoy it. But, being lacked and lost, why, then we rack the value. Then we see the virtue that possession would not show us whilst it was ours.
So will it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear that she died upon his word, her life shall sweetly creep into the study of his imagination. Every lovely organ of her life has become apparelled in more precious habits, more moving, delicate, and full of life into the eye and prospect of his soul, than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn.
And if love ever had interest in his liver, he would wish he had not so accused her.
No, though he thought his accusation true. Let this be so. Doubt not but that success of this shall fashion the event in greater shape than I can lay down in likelihood. And if all aim but this be levelled false, the supposition of the lady's death shall quench the wonder of her infamy.
And if this sword not well, may conceal her as best befits her wounded reputation in some reclusive and religious life against all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Fair Luciana, let the pastor advise you in this, and although you know my inwardness and love are very much unto the general and Claudio, by mine honor, I will deal with this as secretly and justly as the soul should decide.
Being that I flow in grief with the smallest twine, believe me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to strange sores strangely strain the cure. Go, lady, die to live. This wedding day is perhaps but prolonged. Be patient and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
How much by the man deserve of me who would write her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
Very even way. No such friend.
May a man do it?
This man's off. Not yours.
I do love nothing in this world so well as you. Is not that strange?
Strange is a thing I know not. Might be impossible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, yet I lie not. I confess nothing, but I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me?
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me and make an edict that says that I
Will
love
you
you
not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it, I protest I love thee.
God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
Save me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I love you.
Then do it with all of your
I
heart.
love you with so much of my heart that there's none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
Kill me to deny it fare you well.
Tarry, Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, pray you let me go. In
Tarry.
faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You would dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not a brute in the height a villain who has slandered and scorned and misshaped my kinswoman? God, that I were a man! What, to bind her in hands until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, with uncovered slander, with unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace!
Hear me, Beatrice.
To talk at a man out at a window is a proper saying.
Nay.
Hero, she is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone.
Beatrice.
Soldiers and war heroes. The princely testimony, surely. A goodly count. Count Combeck, the sweet gallant, surely. That I were a man for his sake. Or that I had some friend who would be a man for my sake. But manhood melted into courtesies, and valor into compliments, and men are turned into only tongues and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules, who but lied and swears to it. I cannot be a man with wishes. Therefore, I will die a woman with grievance.
By this hand, Beatrice, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yes, as surely as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge you. I will kiss your hand and so leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. If you hear of me, so think of me. So, comfort your cousin, I must say she is dead. So farewell.
All the assembly appeared.
Which be the malefactors?
Mary, sir, That is I and my partner.
It's certain we have an exhibition to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before, Master Constable.
Yeah, very. Let them come before me. Mary, sir, what is your name?
Horatio.
Pray, write down Borachio. And yours, sirrah?
I am a gentleman, and my name is Conrad.
Ooh. Write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Aha. Masters, do you serve God?
Yes, sir. We hope.
Write down they hope they serve God? But write God first, because God defend before God should go before such villains. Masters, it is thought that you are little better than false knaves. How do you answer for yourselves?
Marry, sir, I say we are none.
Ooh, this is a marvelous witty fellow, but I will go about with him. Sirrah, pray you. Whisper
Hey, no, touch it.
in your ear. It is said you are little better than false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are not.
Well, stand aside. Oh, they're both in a tale. Have you written down that they are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. Call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yeah, Mary, that's the epiest way. Let them come forth. Now, gentlemen, in the name of the general, accuse these men. What are you? Oh.
This man said that Don John, the general's brother, was a villain.
Ooh, write down General John a villain. Why, this is flat perjury. To call a general's brother villain! Not touch it!
Master Constable.
Oh, no, sir, I do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, sir, that he has received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Ooh, but burglary as ever was committed.
By mass, it is so.
Shush!
What else, fellow?
That Master Claudio did mean, upon his word, to disgrace Lady Hero for the whole assembly and not marry her.
Oh, villain! Thou art condemned into everlasting redemption for this!
Shush! Shush! What else?
That is all.
That is more, masters, than you can deny. Don John is this very morning suddenly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, and upon grief of this, suddenly died.
Oh!
Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Luciana. I will go before to show her their examination.
Come, let them be opinions.
And let them be in the hands of the...
Come.
Off, coxcomb.
Where is he? Oh, let him write down the prince's officer, coxcomb. Come bind him, thou naughty varlet.
Away! You are an ass. You are an ass.
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass! But, masters, remember this, though he not be here to write it down, though it not be written down, I am an ass! No, sir. You are full of piety. Which shall be proved true by these good witness. I am a wise fellow. Which is more, an officer? Which is more, a householder? Which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as ever was in Messina? Go to, and one that knows the law. Go to, and a rich fellow. Enough. Go to, and one who has had losses, and beautiful gowns, and everything handsome about him, and come take him away. Oh, that I'd never been written down in
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself, and 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee, cease thy counsel, which falls upon mine ears as profitless as water through a sea. Give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisements.
Therein do you from children nothing differ.
I pray thee, peace. My soul doth tell me Hero is the lie, and that shall Claudio know. So shall the general and all of them that doth dishonor her.
Here comes the general and Claudio hastily.
Good den.
I pray you, General.
Good day to all of you.
We have some haste, Luciana.
Oh, some haste, my lord? Oh, well, very well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is
Do
wine.
not quarrel with us, good lady.
If she could right herself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs her?
Mary, thou dost warn us, thou dissembler, thou... I speak not like a dotard nor a fool, was under privilege of age to brag what I have done being young, or what I would do were I not old.
Know this, Claudio, to thy head. Thou hast so wronged mine innocent child and me that I am forced to lay my reverence by him with my gray hairs and bruise of many days. I challenge thee to a trial of man. I say thou hast belied mine innocent child.
Thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried in a tomb. Oh, where never scandal slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy.
Thy villainy. Thine, I say.
Wait, you say not right. You say not right.
My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he dare. Despite his nice fence and active practice and his many abuses, former lustihood.
Away. I will not have to do with you.
Thou so daft me, boy? Thou hast killed my child. If thou kill me, boy, thou killst a woman.
He shall kill two of us then. But that's no matter. Let him kill one first. Win me. Wear me. Let him answer me. Come, follow me, boy. Come, sir, boy, follow me. Sir, boy, I'll whip you from your pointing fence. Nay, as I'm a gentleman, I will.
Brother
God
Anthony.
knows I love my niece, and she is dead, slandered to death by these villains that dare as well answer a man, indeed, as I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops,
Brother Anthony.
I know them and what they weigh to the least scruple. Scrambling, outpacing, fashion-monging youths that flout and deprave and call off a half-dozen dangerous words, how they might hurt their enemies if they durst, and this is all.
Brother Anthony.
Do not you meddle, let me deal with
Elders all, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death,
General.
but on my honor she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
General.
I will not hear you!
No? Have Brother Anthony away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
See, here comes the man we sent to seek.
Now, Captain, what news?
Good day, my lord.
The morrow, Captain. You were almost come to part, almost afraid.
We'd like to have had our two noses snapped off by some old folks with no teeth.
Leonata, Luciana, and their brother, what thinkest thou? If we had fought, I doubt we would have proved too young for them.
A false quarrel, there can be no true valor. I came to seek you both.
Well, we've been up and down to seek for thee from your high-proof melancholy, and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard, shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side?
Never any did so, though very many may be beside their wit. I'll bid thee draw as we do the minstrels, draw to pleasure us.
You shall meet your wit in the career, and you charge it against me. I pray you, choose another subject.
Nay, then get him another staff. This last was broke cross.
As I am an honest man, he looks pale.
What?
Art thou sick or angry?
What? Courage, man. What thou care killed his hat. Thou hast metal enough in thee to kill care.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, where you dare. Do me right, or I shall protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
Well, keep me, so that I may have good cheer.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. You break justice braggarts through blades, which God be thanked hurt not. For your many courtesies, my lord, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, has fled Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. My lord Lackbeard here, he and I shall meet. Till then, peace be with him.
That is He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest. No warranty for the love of
And
Beatrice.
hath challenged.
Most sincerely.
What a pretty thing man is when he goes in his uniform and leaves off his wit.
He is then a giant to an ape. Well, then, is an ape a doctor to such a man?
Softly. Did he not say my brother was fled?
Come, sir. Come.
Okay. Come, sir! Justice shall have no reason in your balance, and you are a cursing hypocrite. You must be looked to.
How now? Two of my brother's men taken, Baraccio one.
You can after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Mary, sir, they, okay. Mary, sir, they have filed false reports. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
First, I ask thee what they have done. Thirdly, I ask thee what's their offense. Sixth and lastly, why they are committed. And to conclude, what you lay to their charge.
Okay.
No. Officers, what offense have you done that you are thus bound to your answer? These learned constables are too cunning to be understood.
Damn it. General, let me go no further to my answer. Do you hear me? And let this lieutenant kill me. I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdom could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night did overhear me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the Lady Hero, how you have gone into the orchard and witnessed me court Margaret in Hero's garments, how you dishonored her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusations, and briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood? The poison Waldine uttered it! But did my brother set thee onto this?
Yea, and paid me greatly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy!
Oh, hero, the hero has no pen. Now thy image doth appear in the resemblance that I loved at first. Come! Our sexton hath by now reformed Signor Antonio of the matter, and masters, do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Wait, here come masters, signors of Luciana
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, and when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your wrong, look on me.
Art thou the slave that has, with thy breath, killed my innocent child?
Yea, even I and I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. The third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, soldiers, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds, 'twas bravely done, if to think you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself, and boast to me what penance your invention can lay upon my sin, yet sinned I not but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I. And yet, to satisfy these goodly ladies, I'd bend under any heavy weight that they'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb. Take it to her bones. Sing it tonight. And tomorrow morning, come you to my house. Since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is heir to us both. Give her the rights you would have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Noble lady, your overkindness doth bring tears from me. I do embrace your offer and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudia.
So tomorrow then, we must leave you.
This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew not what she did when I spoke to her, but hath always been just and virtuous in everything I do know by her.
Moreover, sirs, which is not black and white, this perpetrator here, this offender, did call me ass. I would have your worship remember it in this punishment. And the watch heard them talk of one deformed. He wears a lock by his ear with a key hanging from it, and he has borrowed so much money in God's name and used it and not paid back, that now men who would lend money for God will not do that and grow hard-hearted. Pray you, examination then on that point.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pain.
Your worship speaks like a most reverend youth. I thank God for you.
Go. I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I
I thank thee.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beg your worship to correct for the betterment of others. God praise your worship, and God restore your worship to health. And, God restore you to health, and if a merry meeting be wished, God prohibit it! Ow, okay. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow, then. Farewell.
Farewell, gentlemen. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail you. Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring you these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret how our acquaintance grew with this rude fellow.
Well at my hand by helping me to speak to Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style that no man living shall come over it, or most commonly truth thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me? Why, shall I always keep below stairs?
Thy wit is swiftest as a greyhound's mouth. Catch it.
And yours is blent with offensive foils, which hit but hurt not.
A manly wit, Margaret, it will not hurt a woman. Now I pray thee, call Beatrice. Give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
If you use them, Margaret, you must put the pikes in with a vice, for they are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And so she will come. The God of love that sits above.
The gods of love that sits above.
The gods of love that sits above and knows me how pitiful I deserve in singing and loving. Leander, the good swimmer. Troilus, the first employer of panders. And a whole book full of these quondam carpet mangers whose names run smooth in the even road of blank verse. No, they were never so truly turned over and over in love as my poor self. Mary, I cannot find it in rhyme. I've tried. I can find no rhyme for lady but baby, an innocent rhyme. For horn, scorn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme, ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I call thee?
Yea, and part when you bid me.
Stay but till then.
Oh, then is spoken. Fare you well now. And, yes, there I go. Let me leave with that which I came, which is in knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Oh, foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome, therefore, I'll depart at kiss.
Thou hast frighted the word right out of his sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly. Claudio currently undergoes my challenge, and either I must hear from him or subscribe him a coward. And now, I pray, tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will admit no good parts to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love. Fitting epithet. For indeed, I do suffer love. For I love thee against my will.
Might of your heart, I think. Alas, your heart, you fight it for my sake, I will fight it for yours. For I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to move peaceably.
Ooh, it appears not in this confession. Not one wise man among 20 who will praise himself.
An old instance, Beatrice, that lived in the line of good neighbors. If a man doth not erect in this age ere he dies his own tomb, then he shall live no longer in monument, and the bell rings and the widow weeps.
How long is that, think you?
Question. An hour in clamor and a quarter in room. It is therefore most expedient for the wise, if Don Worm find no impediment to the contrary to his conscience, to be the trumpet of his own virtues, much as I am to myself, so much for praising myself that I will bear witness and praiseworthy. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and men. And thereupon will I leave you, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, get thee to thy aunt. Yonder's old coil at home. It has been proven that my lady hero hath falsely been accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John, who is the author of all, is fled and gone. Will you come with me presently?
Will you come hear this news?
I will live in your heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. Moreover, I will go with you to your aunt's.
Is this the monument of Luciana?
It is, my lord.
Done to death by slanderous tongue is the hero that here lies. Death in guerdon of her wrong gives her fame which never died. And so the life that died in shame lives in death with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon the tomb, and praise her when I am dumb. Now music sounds and sing your solemn hymn. When I grow too old to dream, I'll have you to remember. When I grow too old to dream, your love will live in my heart. So kiss me, my sweet, and so let us part. And when I grow too old to dream, kiss will live in my heart. Unto thy bones, good night. Dearly will I do this right.
Tomorrow, masters, put your torches out. The wolves have preyed, and look, the gentle dawn round about the Phoebus cart wheels dapples the drowsy east with spots of gray. Thanks to you all, and leave us. There you are.
Good morrow, masters. Each his several way.
Come, let us go and put on other weeds, and then to Luciana's will we go.
Time and now is what judicious thieves in this, for whom we rendered up this woe.
Did I not tell you she was innocent? Yes, and so were Claudio and Don Pedro, who you heard this error discussed.
But Margaret wasn't so false for this, although, against her will, as it appears in the true course of all the questions.
Well, I am glad that all things sort so well.
And so am I, being else by faith and forced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, you and all of you gentlewomen withdraw you into a room by yourselves, and when I call you, come hither veiled.
The General and Claudio promised this hour to visit us. You know your office, brother.
You must act as father to your sister's daughter and give her to Claudio.
Which I'll do with confirmed countenance.
Pastor, I must entreat your pains, I think,
To do what, Captain?
to bind me or undo me, one of them. Lady Leonata, truth it is, your niece doth regard me with an eye of favor.
That I, our hero, is most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight of which I think you had from us, from Don Pedro and Claudio. But what's your will?
Your answer, madam, is enigmatical, but for my will is that your will should stand with ours this day to be conjoined in honorable marriage, to which, Pastor, I desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help.
Tomorrow to this fair assembly.
Tomorrow, sir. Tomorrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet today determined to marry with our brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Brother, call her forth. Pastor is ready.
Now, Benedict, what was the matter that you have such a February face, so full of frost, of storm and cloudiness?
I think he thinks upon the Sabbath full. Tush, fear not, man. We'll tip thy horns with gold, for all Europers rejoice at thee, as Europa once did at lusty Jove when he played the noble beast in love.
Full Jove, sir, had an amiable low and some such strange bull. Leaped your father's cow and got a calf in that same noble feat, and much like to you. For you have just as bleak.
For this I owe you. Here comes other reckonings. Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
Why then, she is mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
Oh, that you shall not do until you take her hand before this pastor and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy pastor, I am yours, if you like of me.
When I lived, I was your other wife. When you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero.
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero. Hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after the holy rites are ended, I will tell you largely a fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder be familiar, and to the chapel let us go presently.
Soft and fair, Pastor. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
No more than reason.
Then your aunts and the General and Claudio were much deceived, for they swore that you did.
But do not you love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Well, then my cousin and Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were near sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter, then you do not love me.
No! But in friendly recompense.
Cousin, I swear you do love him.
And all he swore upon it, for here's a note written in his own hand.
And here's another written my cousin's hand.
Hey!
A miracle! Our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light I take thee for pity.
I will not deny you, but by this good day I yield under great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace, I will stop your mouth.
dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell you what, sir. College of Whitcrackers cannot knock me from my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire and epigram? No. If a man will be beaten with brains, he shall wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I shall think nothing against any purpose the world can say against it, and never flout at me anything that I have said. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but as thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised and love my cousin.
I had well hoped thou wouldn't have denied Beatrice so that I might have cudgelled thee out of thy single life to make thee a double dealer, which, as a question, thou wilt be if my cousins do not look exceedingly narrowly on thee.
Come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterwards.
First, my word. Come, we'll have music. General, you look sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife. There is no staff more reverend than one tipped with horn.
Private.
Your brother, John, is taken in flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise these brave punishments for him. Strike up, sisters.
Famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie sound that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand. Because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A root, a toot, a tootly attitude. He blows an 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass guitar is playing rhythm. He makes the company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was so boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a boogie. When he plays, he makes the company jump 8 to the bar. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Toot toot tootly-otta, toot toot, he blows an 8 to the bar. He can't blow it on at the bass guitar is a rhythm. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night, then wakes them up the same way in the early rise. They clap their hands and stamp their feet, because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Da 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 da. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.